Hello, parents. It's me, Jason DuMouchel here, your son's art teacher and guide through the world of art. I apologize if this goes really quickly and sounds really like I'm talking super fast, but this is about the fifth time that I've tried to film this and keep it into the 7-minute window. So here we go. I'm Jason DuMouchel. I teach art here. I've been here since about 2001 at the old campus. Took a little break after Katrina, and then came back in 2010, and will probably be here until I am 107. I love the students here. I love doing what I do. I'm a professional artist in my own right, and so this is me, and the students get 100% of me, honest and totally passionate about what I do. I love being with them, and I feed off of their creativity. And I love talking to them and hopefully turning them into, decent young men and human beings. And there are the announcements. Pause. Okay, I'm back. What are we doing here? We make art. We make lots of art. Mr. Bayer and myself are both working artists. So the kids also, in addition to making their own art, they're going to see, us doing art, right? So I have some paintings here. One that is going to belong to the school. I do drawings in the studio as well, the kids see us sort of practicing what we preach, right? They're seeing us kind of working as professional artists, as well as art teachers, and I think that's really important. That they're seeing the practical side of what we do as well, and that we're also working on mastering our crafts on a daily basis. We talk about art. We look at a lot of different artists from all the way back from through art history, from cave painting to Renaissance painting, to Picasso to contemporary artists today. There's a lot of great art happening in the world today, and we try our best to sort of stay on top of that and show the students what's going on and what can art be. That it's so much more than just painting and drawing, and making clay bowls. I mean, there really is a lot out there that students can learn from, and that what they can do. And you learn a lot about art and making art and being creative by looking at a lot of other art and artists. And we do a fair amount of talking about life. The art studio is a pretty open environment, and it's great. We have some great conversations in here. Some of them are sort of serious and deep. Some of them are, kind of goofy and kooky, as you can imagine. But I think it's great. I occasionally have to guide the conversations a little bit more and keep things on the rails. But what's wonderful about it is that the students are able to hear other people's ideas and hear other people's perspectives. And work with people that maybe they don't hang out with, right? They're not on the same team, or they don't get, they don't eat lunch with that person or whatever. So they learn how to work with other people and understand and hear other people that maybe they wouldn't normally interact with so much. And that's a wonderful life lesson, right? In terms of just being a human being and realizing that there's a whole bunch of different people out there, and that we're all kind of inhabiting this space together, and we need to be able to work together. So they learn about that, which is wonderful. Bell. Okay, so so then why do we do art? Well, we do art for a variety of reasons, right? Art's great problem-solving skills, creative thinking, right? Students will be asked to design things and then make them. And there isn't really a playbook. It's not an A, B, C, D, and then you get here. They have to sometimes most of the time, figure out exactly how they make the thing that they want to make, right? I give them guidance on the tools to use. I can give them guidance on, how to get from point A to point B, but I'm not necessarily going to tell them how to get from point A to point Z. I want them to figure that out. And so I'm here as a guide and somebody that can show them how to work smarter and not harder. But I really want them to figure things out themselves, and that translates into real world usefulness by the fact that we know as parents and adults that there is no playbook for life, right? A lot of times you have to solve a lot of problems, and you have to think creatively as an adult and as a parent. at various times in your life. And in fact, leaders and entrepreneurs of, the biggest, companies and organizations in the world, when they're asked, what's their ideal candidate, oftentimes their ideal candidate is somebody that is a problem solver, a creative thinker, somebody that, really can work well with a lot of other people. They don't typically say, I need the guy with straight A's or the highest ACT score, right? They're just looking for people that can think and that can solve problems and work hard, and that's what they're looking for. So they can learn a lot of those skills in art class, and I think that'll help them in their other classes too. And there's also a lot of really great careers in art. There's a lot of great careers in art that people don't really know about. So take a look at industrial design, right? Industrial design is a great thing. You can look that up on Google. Just Google industrial design, look up images, and that's an example of people making art that is real world and specific to a lot of different things. Okay, so speaking of real world, all of these crazy interruptions and bells, totally real world, right? Go with the flow, roll with the punches, keep it moving. So rewarding careers, industrial design, check it out. Grading, I don't grade on talent. I don't really believe in that. I believe that everything in here can be learned. Some kids have an inherent ability, yes, that's true, but everybody can benefit from learning, and they can all learn. I can teach them all how to draw. Right? I'm just looking for the effort. They have to put forth the effort. Unfortunately, I do have sometimes kids with, where their parents will say, well, you're not talented or you don't have artistic ability. And sometimes I'm not really sure why they would say, why would they say that?
Please report to the middle.
There it is again. Typically the grades are going to come in based on like how much work they do, how much effort they put into it. And are they following instructions? Are they participating in the art videos when I'm showing them? Are they participating in lectures, like answering questions and things like that? So their grade's going to be based on that. A high A is certainly an above average grade, so I wouldn't assume that anyone would get that unless they're putting in above average effort and doing above average work. But we can talk more about that. We can certainly email me and we can talk more about that by phone or by email. Materials, students are given their materials this year. So I've given them, they brought in a shoebox, and the shoebox has materials in it that I've given them. They can add to that if they'd like. They also get a sketchbook that they're going to do a lot of their work in. So here's some of the beginning work that we're doing, right? A little copy of a Picasso right there. And then any other materials we're gonna have supplied in the art studio, and that's pretty much always the case. As far as communication goes, call me, email me anytime. I'll respond to you pretty quickly, especially by email. Sometimes I miss my phone messages, but I will respond as quickly as I can. I will be as thorough as I can on answering your questions. And even if you just want to hear, if little Johnny's not doing bad, and just hear like what he's doing or get a picture of something that he's working on in class, then I'll be happy to chat with you and just, have a nice conversation about how your son's doing and things like that. If I do have any trouble, which I don't really often have, but I certainly will try to contact you and be proactive about any situation, that might be, more on the negative side of things. And then finally, last but not least, I also coach the tennis team, and I'm helping with the cross country team. So if you have any questions about that, please don't hesitate to call or send me an email. I would love to spend more time doing this, but I can't. I've already reached my limit. So thanks very much, and enjoy your evening or day or whenever it is you're watching this. Ciao. Whoops.